maximizing. It's a maximize Monday. So when it comes to maximizing your potential, I guess it comes in various ways. But some people, I guess let me start off this with a question, because this is something that I always think of. Is it selfish to not want to be your best? Like to really strive to fulfill your potential? Is it selfish to not do that?
Yes, if you look at it from a standpoint of, I believe that we're all here to, like, I think kind of what we talked about before, to live a purpose that serves others and helps others. So if I don't maximize my potential or walk in my purpose and maybe be an example or help others, then yeah, from that point of view, I do find it selfish. Or if you look at life as a gift, and as an opportunity, you wake up every day and you're like, okay, I'm just going to choose to be mediocre. And yeah, no, when you have the opportunity or potential to, be better and do better. And yeah, I do think that it's selfish if you look at it from those standpoints.
All right, so this went back in. All right, so as I'm asking that, I asked the question. Maybe we talked about it last week, and I hope this doesn't go off on too much of a tangent. But is it selfish to not have kids?
Oh boy.
Because when you talk about maximizing your potential, everything you just said, like the greatest potential we can have, like our greatest superpower is to what? Procreate, right?
Yeah, I think that, yeah.
So would you say, and I'm not even giving my opinion on this, but I'm just want to ask you, like, would you say that it's selfish if people don't want to have kids?
I don't think everybody deserves to have kids. Just because we've seen, yeah, you know what I mean? We've seen people fail at it, right? There's kids in the system, there's kids in diapers, and all these different child protective services, and the stories that you hear from that alone are like mind blowing. So I'll say everybody doesn't deserve kids. I think if you can, you should. If you can do the job and know that, and not to say you'll do well at it, because I think people who even start off thinking that they'll do well may even, not do great at it. But I do think it's not a selfish idea if you feel like you'd be a horrible parent, or you would not raise this person up in a loving manner that's going to set them for success. I think that if you don't think you'll do great, you shouldn't. Or there are some people who do great and didn't believe they would. So it's really weird, but I think everybody doesn't deserve children. So if you know, like, hey, I am an alcoholic or I'm a drug user and I do not want to bring a child into this world because I will ruin their life, don't. I don't know. Is
that selfish?
No, I think that's smart.
It just keeps going down the line.
No, I think it's smart.
But is it selfish to stay in that alcoholic state rather than to get clean, fix yourself up, and then be able to maximize on your potential and work towards that?
I think that's tough because I've seen in addiction, and I'm just using this as one example. In addiction, that's like a journey. You know what I'm saying? So it's like somebody could be clean for 10 years, fuck up another 10 years, and it does affect the children. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But I think that, I think if you really have a good reason for not wanting to have kids, I don't think you should. Because just because of how scary it is to see children in messed up situations. That's my opinion.
I was asking people, and one of the ladies that I asked when I was at the airport, she made me look at it a different way. And she said, well, I think sometimes, people are selfish, like make the decision to have kids in a selfish way. You know what I mean?
They
like
do.
just to, like, I guess sometimes it's like a faddish, everybody having kids, so I want to have kids too. So yeah, but see, I stuck to it. I'm not giving my opinion.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
No, one, I think I want you to give your opinion. But two, also, I think that there are people who have kids for selfish reasons, and it's not helpful to the children. I've also seen people have kids just because they want a kid and not because their partner wanted a kid, or they were like, I'm going to do this with or without a partner. And not to say that those kids can't come up successful, but I do believe two-parent homes are best. Because it is a lot of work, regardless of how you look at it at every stage of their life. And sometimes people just look at the baby and not realizing you are grooming a whole ass human that's going to be an adult one day, and they get all caught up in that like cute phase that only lasts a couple of years. So I think that people need to be a lot smarter about having children, because even people who are like, yeah, I want to do this, and then they are a messed up couple, and they ruin their kid's life by just always arguing and always fighting and always doing things in front of the kids that, like, that's not healthy either. So I don't know. It's a tough question to say, is it selfish? But I think some people should stay away from it.
Yeah, yeah. And it's yeah, it's not that I'd rather just, I feel, I almost feel bad. I feel bad because I don't have any kids, but I imagine that when I do, it's going to be the most amazing thing. Like, I couldn't think of anything more amazing than having a child. So it's almost as if I think sometimes we may be either talking ourselves out of it or just not have, the courage to kind of handle everything, to kind of create an environment that makes sense for us to bring a child in. We're scared, especially when it comes to just choosing a partner. That's one thing. It could definitely be scary. I feel like we talked about it before, like we're not really taught how to choose partners. We're not really taught anything about relationships. It's kind of like just throw the kid in the water and, they'll learn how to swim.
Right.
So I just wish more of us, I wish, myself included, I wish we were just more prepared at a younger age, rather than waiting so long. Because then you wait so long and then, just, I guess what would it be? Not the biology, just like our bodies, may not be able to, actually have kids. We start to get into, I forget what it's called, like late stage or when you're at risk, like high risk pregnancy, just by your age. So I wish we got back to like doing stuff a little younger. I do wish that, but I know that there's complications when it comes to that as well.
Oh yeah, and I mean, and then people can have complications, almost at any age. And then sometimes I've seen where like people, what is the word I want to use? What is it? Oh God, I'm having a brain fog. I'm thinking, okay, so there's obviously different things when it comes to the body, and women's bodies change and all of that. But I think also it's like, I'm trying to think of how to put it. Okay, so anyway, my other point would be, if you are looking to, and this goes back to dating, right? So like when you are dating somebody, like there's certain questions maybe that need to be asked about. How were you raised? How were your parents? What do you want to do differently, and how you were raised versus, when you have children, asking those important questions. Because I think sometimes a lot of people go off of solely attraction. Okay, I'm attracted to this person. I like this person. He's goodish to me. But then when you have a baby, it's like, damn, okay, he's not picking up, he's not answering, or she's not doing what she's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of different conversations that could be had. But I also feel like real life experience is one of the best ways too. But in terms of like preparation, I feel like these are a lot of the things in the dating phase or in the talking phase or whatever early relationship phases. Like there's certain things that need to be talked about before having children. And it's unfortunate how easy it is to get pregnant. You know what I mean? It's just, we have sex, it's unprotected, there's a possibility.
Damn, don't say that. You can't say that, because for a lot of people, it's not that easy.
No, I'm saying for some people it's not, but that's what I'm saying. For a lot of the people that are like, you hear those stories of people who should not have children, it'd be like, oh, it was a mistake, or this was a one night stand, or this was so that's what I'm saying. In those cases, when you are dealing with somebody, even unprotected sex, if you're dealing with somebody and you're having unprotected sex, as crazy as it might seem, these are the questions that you need to talk about, because
I get what you're saying. Yeah. You're talking about like there's no qualifications. Like you should have to almost like, hey, you got to take care of A, B, and C before you can even have a child. Like I get exactly what you're saying. Yeah, I agree with that.